And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up first on the Alaska River breakup map, there's a flood warning out here on the Yukon Delta for the greater Ammonich area for ice jam flooding to continue through tonight into about 8:45 tomorrow morning, at which time either they'll end it or they'll kick it out longer depending on what exactly the ice jam does there. Otherwise, up here, up the Yukon River there, Fort Yukon there still has a flood watch out for possible flooding due to snow melt that's occurring and rising the levels there of the Porcupine River, and that's out for the foreseeable future. And from there, looking at satellite imagery, you can see next front moving rapidly eastward here, kind of breaking up though as it comes inland there with some clouds into southern Cook Inlet and then extending back across the Yukon Delta. Another surge of moisture streaming east-northeastward and pretty good westerly flow across the Bering Sea, spreading up into Bristol Bay with rain extending across the eastern Aleutians. And along the southeast coast, a slow-moving band of clouds kind of rotating up into the area there, bringing anywhere from a third to over half an inch of precipitation from the Queen Charlotte Islands all the way up to the eastern North Gulf Coast. And also some pretty good rainfall amounts across the eastern Copper River Basin. Up to Tok had about half an inch today or more, and in toward Delta Junction as well with lighter amounts around the Fairbanks area. Some breaks out here to the west, and weak band up there along the Brooks Range, or a band of clouds, brought some light snow to the passes there on out to the eastern Beaufort Sea coast. On the chart here, there's that area of light flurries and snow going on from the eastern Beaufort Sea coast down into the Brooks Range there. And then widespread area of showers over the eastern interior, all the way down mainly over the eastern Copper River Basin, into the main low and frontal system here over the eastern, with the low near Yakutat in the front, weakening and slowly moving across the panhandle today. And then behind that, breaks here, kind of a break across south central Alaska, definitely lighter winds, less precipitation today. And the next system pushing into Bristol Bay with areas of rain along with it here, pushing up in toward the Yukon Delta and the warm front, and actually the triple point front here, bringing moisture into the Alaska Peninsula. Gusty west winds, a lot of showers, especially over the central Aleutians. For tonight, that low center, let's see, moves east-northeastward here, get the right button here, on toward Nunivak Island. And the front making landfall along the coast, probably near or after midnight tonight, slowly moving eastward thereafter with the southern front, bringing rain into Kodiak Island. Rain on the increase, southern Cook Inlet, southern Kuskokwim Valley, periods of rain all across Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta with gusty west winds to 25 to 35 miles an hour with showers here for the central Aleutians, diminishing out to the west. And rain changing to showers starting to diminish for the southeast coast later tonight. Otherwise, scattered showers over the eastern part of the state. And for tomorrow, those showers will enhance again, especially in the afternoon hours here over the central interior areas up to the southern slopes of the Brooks Range. Look for increasing sunshine, but still a few scattered showers around, especially over toward the eastern border of the Panhandle as this next front approaches, pushing a weak ridge into there. And that'll kick off a few areas of some clearing there for the southeast coastal areas for a drier day tomorrow before this front moves in. Otherwise, rain across the southern part of the state here, especially out to the west here over the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta into the Kuskokwim Valley. And a pretty good chance of rain for the Kenai Peninsula up into mainly western Prince William Sound, but Valdez over toward Cordova. Good chance of rain tomorrow. Showers for Kodiak Island with a few clearing periods. And breaking out for the central Aleutians, a weak warm front out to the west there, bringing a threat of some moisture to the western Aleutians. And that doesn't move much on Saturday, mostly staying out there on the west side of this higher pressure area here over the west central Bering Sea. To the east of that high, giving north to northwest winds anywhere 25 to 35 miles an hour in gusts, especially through the passes of the Alaska Range here, with quite a bit of shower activity there on the Alaska Range. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, cool, and showery here across southern Alaska, locally up into the mid and upper Tanana Valley areas. More sunshine out here over the Kobuk, Noatak Valley, Seward Peninsula area. Still a chance of snow for the Brooks Range, North Slope, eastern Arctic coast. And this front pushing rain into the Panhandle again for a wet start to the weekend there. Same thing for the North Gulf Coast. And from there, looking at lows tonight in the 40s for the southeast coast, otherwise 30s and 40s for the interior, 20s Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast, 30s here in the Bering Sea and the Aleutians. Highs for tomorrow, 50s to lower 60s up over the central eastern interior, 55 to 60 for the Copper River Basin, Susitna Valley area, and in the 50s for the southeast coast, 40s everywhere else. And then for the lows, Saturday morning, about the same here for the Arctic coast and North Slope, in the 20s there, and 30s and 40s across the remainder of Alaska, except the Panhandle staying in the 40s there. And then the highs for Saturday afternoon, upper 40s to lower 50s for the southeast coast with more clouds and rain moving in there, and mostly in the 50s here over all of interior Alaska. 60 degrees or 60-degree weather getting pretty hard to come by here, although around Fairbanks pushing 60 there, and maybe in the Copper River Basin, eastern interior, but really not all that warm, and 40s to upper 30s as you head out toward the Bering Strait coast, and in the upper 20s to mid 30s for the Arctic coast.